Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Wordplay Queen, and I'm coming to you all today with a message about mental health. We are entering into fall. It's fall already, right? Fall is known to be one of the most significant times for people who suffer from mental illness. Personally, it's my personal belief that due to the sun not being here, a lot more darkness, and I mean it very literally, not just because we have longer days, but because longer nights, but because it's literally a darker time of the year. Samhain, which is where Halloween comes from, it's a Celtic or Gaelic, which is just a old part of history that it comes from somewhere in Ireland. This is the time right now, and I mean right now as in Halloween and November 1st, where the gateways to or bridges to other dimensions, darker places, other beings is more easily opened. This is the time where witches and people who study magic begin to exercise their spells. I am not saying anything to scare you. I'm just saying all of this stuff to make you aware and to help you understand that a lot of things that you thought were myth, a lot of things that you thought were just for TV is real life. It's real life. Language itself is casting spells. So know that right now we are under spiritual warfare. This is unlike anything that I've seen in history. I'm only 26, but ask somebody older and they'll tell you the same. This is different. This is prophetic. And right now, this and I don't want to speak it into existence, but I'm it's not a prophecy. I'm not a prophet quite yet, but I do know that this year will be the worst year for mental health. It will be the most episodes, the most psychotic breakdowns, the most anxiety attacks, the most depressive episodes that you personally have ever seen, as well as me and anyone else. So even though there's already been a spike in mental health in the mental health industry since COVID started, because people are not handling it well. But the people who were not handling it well, and with the chaos that's going to come after the election, there's going to be a lot of disarray. There's going to be a lot of mentally ill people. I just don't see them having the capacity to be able to help all of these people. So I just want us all to be mindful of our own mental states. Okay? The mental states of our loved ones and the mental states of ourselves and our children. It is imperative that we begin the proper training to be able to control our minds. I preach this a lot through spiritual development. Controlling your mind is literally, I say a lot of things are the key, but that's a very important key. Because if you can't control this, you can't understand your heart, then you can't understand that. So it would be no point to further your development if your mental stability is not there, if you don't have any mental stability. So I say this to say, I'm speaking as someone who has experience personally, because I deal with anxiety and depression, right? So depression, not so much, but anxiety a lot. So anxiety is your mind overworking your heart, trying to kill you. Very, very literally. It puts you in a flight or fight mode. It makes your heart beat very fast. Many palpitations, like over 100 BPM per, BPM. So that's beats per minute. And that's too much for an adult. And kids are becoming more depressed and suicidal, and I used to be like that as a kid. So I'm just seeing all of this stuff in my fellow humans. I am like watching the suffering, and I'm like, what do I do, God? What do I do as a civil servant out here trying to heal and help people? What do I do? And from that cry out that I did myself, I got that I just need to encourage you all to be aware of your mental state and aware of the mental state of the people around you. I just had a personal experience with somebody I did not know was suffering from mental illness. And now I'm having to deal with the repercussions of dealing with somebody who is completely episodic in their mental illness. They're having an episode and nobody's able to help them until it gets to the point where it's too late. Okay? So when I'm saying you need to be aware of your own mental state, if you know that you're anxious, if you know you've been depressed, crying for no reason, if you know that you can't slow your heart rate down, if you know that you start to hyperventilating and everything makes you nervous and you're full of fear, I want us to nip this in the bud now. I want you to message me after you write this video. I am willing to be the person to help you get yourself over that. Okay, I may not be able to help with everything, but I will give resources. And if you are the type of person who is mentally strong enough, offer these kind of things to other people who you see suffering right now. We are under attack. I cannot put emphasis on it enough that it is spiritual warfare. They want your soul. You're asking me who they are. They is the people who put this entire agenda into play. Okay, and if you're still confused, maybe watch some of my old videos. I don't really want to go into that right now. I just want to focus on mental health. I want to focus on the stability of your mind and the minds around you. I want you to not push things under the rug anymore. I want you to go to that therapy session. I want you to go see the doctor. I want you to tell your parents about that rape. I want you to admit that you were wrong. I want you to take responsibility for your actions. I want you to forgive yourself. I want you to forgive others. I want you to begin to heal. It's imperative. It's no more, I'll do it tomorrow. It's no more, I'll do it next month. It's no more, I don't have the insurance. There are too many different ways for you to get help. The only way you won't get help is two ways. Is if you don't want help and you don't think you need help. So the first step will be acknowledging your own current mental state. I just want to do a check-in with everybody. I want y'all to be well. I am praying for every soul. Every soul on this earth, evil and benign, I am praying for them. I am praying that we all reach the paradise for which we seek, and that we all take responsibility for our actions and the words that we speak and the things that we do around other people. Because if you are not somebody who's having a mental health problem, the things that you say or do around somebody else when you're not paying attention to them could make for them to initiate an episode in their life. Your words and your actions could be making somebody else feel anxious or depressed or whatever, bipolar. You could be starting it for other people, not even realizing. So understand your own power in this too. Okay? We're all supposed to be here for each other. I just want everybody to take a moment to pay attention to mental health. Yours and the people around you. It's very, very, very important. This spiritual warfare that we're under right now, they're not going to be done anytime soon. They're not going to be done anytime soon. Okay? Anytime soon. So the preparation, the mental strength, the emotional stability has to be gained now. I don't want to yell at you. I don't want to force you. I'm not your parent. I am a mentor. I am a friend. I am an advisor. I am a life coach. I am a teacher. I am someone who cares about you. And I want you to get to where you're supposed to go in your life. And you cannot do that if you're wrestling with demons or you're around people who are wrestling with demons. Because mental illness, I think it got to do with your spirit. Mental illness normally happens to people who come from very traumatic backgrounds. You're more susceptible if you're not healing yourself. You're more susceptible if you're sitting in a dark room all day overthinking things. You're more susceptible if you're on social media all day long. Pay attention to your screen time and what you're putting inside of you, because all of that has to come out. Don't sit and watch scary movies all day with demons and, oh Lord, help me, give me the patience, Lord. I'm not trying to get upset, but it upsets me. You know, once you gain the knowledge that's necessary to elevate, anything that came before that doesn't make a lick of sense. Sitting and watching movies where they conjure spirits, where they exercise people, where they make fun of spiritual warfare. I personally don't think that you should have that in your household. I personally don't think that you should be ingesting it into your body just for the sake of the spirit of Halloween. The spirit of Halloween. Samhain, which you have no idea the weight of witchcraft that carries. You could be casting spells and curses over your entire family. You could be cursing your household. If I were you, I would take some sage. Sage is actually really easy to grow too. You can grow you some natural sage. But I would go to the local Pan-African store, especially if you stay in Texas. In Dallas, we have one off of South Marsalis Street. And get you some sage. Open your windows and your doors and cleanse your house. Okay? Protect yourself. And remember, I'm always here for you if you need an encouraging word, if you need a pick-me-up. If you don't have nobody else to talk to, you got me. You got the creator, and you got this universe. You can go out and talk to nature. Get you a pet, talk to that. Okay? You're not alone. And it's going to be over soon, but understand, the chosen people, the people who will do the work to elevate their spirits, stabilize their minds, and be able to control their emotions, our paradise is coming. Our paradise is coming, but before we get there, we will face trial and tribulation. You just got to be strong. That's all it is. It's just like having armor before you go out to battle. If you ain't got no armor on, they're going to cut and slice you up. So just make sure that you put your armor on, baby, because we warriors, all right? And we will win. But if you don't do the necessary steps, you will find yourself on the other side. So this was just Wordplay Queen. I'm really here to give you a word of encouragement, make you a little bit more aware about mental health, maybe get you on Google real quick. And use the internet before it's too controlled for us to use it like we want to, and go learn you some stuff, okay, about mental health and different illnesses. And if you feel like you're experiencing something, I ask that you seek help, okay? Do not go through anything alone, because you do not have to. I love you. I'm praying for you. Be blessed. Peace.